Bay General, Emergency Department. A wind-hammered sign reads Bay General. Floodlights strobe as ambulances skid in. The hospital is a hive of controlled chaos. Stretchers, gurneys, frantic medics. A radio crackles. Dispatcher. All units. Mandatory evacuation. Hurricane Seville, Category 5, estimated landfall in 1 hour. Evacuate immediately. 2 orderlies drag in Amy Barrett, 30s, bloody, ribs crushed, hair soaked. She's unconscious, a nursing school ID pinned to her jacket. Dr. Hollis, 40s, kneels, assessing. Dr. Hollis. Head CT? Pulmonary contusions. Get her to trauma. We can't lose time. Nurse Laura, 20s, snaps into motion. Nurse Laura. We need a helicopter now. Authorities demanding immediate evac. The evacuation alarm pulses over the hospital PA. A pre-recorded announcement plays, tinny and endless. Recorded. Attention. Please proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exit. This is message 235. Amy's eyelids flutter. She wakes to the storm's sound and that same recorded voice. She reaches for her phone. No service. She presses her mother's contact. Busy tones. Her voice shakes. Amy. Mom? Mom, it's Amy. Please pick up. Static. The line drops. Hallway. Bay General. Continuous. The storm roars. Dolbang. Patients and staff file out. The hall thick with the scent of antiseptic and fear. A group of police escorts argue with administrators. The generators hum to life. Amy. Why can't I leave? She tries to stand. A nearby orderly, Ryan, late 20s, uniform, steadies her. Ryan. Easy. You're safer here until evac. You been a pileup off the island? Amy. I don't remember. I don't want to die here. He gives her a hollow smile, himself visibly exhausted. Room 235, psych ward later. The fluorescent lights buzz. A wall clock runs, but the time is wrong. Skips, then rewinds a tick. The PA repeats. Patients, please wait in your respective rooms, as hospital staff will be by momentarily. Amy sits on the bed, sheets tangled over her legs. Across the room, Jen, 20s, gaunt, eyes like a hunted animal, sits in the corner rocking. Her voice is quiet, urgent. Yen? They keep sending us back. They wake you up, you scream, they cut, they patch. It's always the same. Amy. Who's they? Yen? The ones who need the numbers. Fort Miller did it. Quantum Lab. The storm broke the test. It twisted the timelines. We get recycled through this place. VD. We restart. The eye keeps us. The eye always takes one. The ceiling fan whirs. A fluorescent tube flickers. Hospital corridor. Same night. Nurse Laura wheels a crash cart. The PA plays. Staff huddle over monitors. Dr. Hollis confers with a police liaison. Police liaison. We've got multiple vehicle pileups on a main causeway. No bridge access. Island's cut off. Evac order stands, but we're trapped. Dr. Hollis. Then we triage and shelter. Secure psych ward. We can't risk any instability during the storm. The radio hops with static and a female's voice. A man's tone, practiced but panicked. Woman. We have to flash message 235. It's the only anchor that binds them. Dr. Hollis looks at the wall clock. It stutters to 235. Room 235, psych ward later. Amy's phone displays 235. The number repeats in the ceiling lights, HUM. Jen sits up, eyes frantic. Jen, they told me room numbers matter. The energy loops on them. 235, room numbers, codes, their keys. If you find them, maybe you can pry the sequence apart. Amy, you mean if I memorize them, I can escape? Jen, not memorize. Feed them back. The right order to the recording. Interrupt the cycle. The door rattles. A shadow passes. Amy, who's there? A voice, familiar, soft, male, echoes down the hall. Ryan's voice, but hollow. Ryan, Amy, open the door. She opens. Ryan stands drenched, face hollowed, as if he's been running. Behind him, the corridor stretches impossible, doors multiplied where none should be. Ryan, we have to go now? Amy, Where's Jen? She's here, she said. Ryan's eyes dart. He grabs her hand with a desperate strength. Ryan, no, Jen's gone. We came together, but we didn't leave together before. We have to go. Don't look back. They run. Operating theater, flashback/liminal. White surgical lights. Hands move with cold, mechanical efficiency. A masked surgeon raises a scalpel. Amy's screams are swallowed by the incessant PA. Amy, not the scalpel. Not again. The surgeon hesitates. He pulls off his mask. He is not a surgeon, but a technician from Fort Miller, eyes glassy from hours awake. Technician, we're not supposed to be here. We shouldn't have been doing this. Amy's surroundings flicker. Nurses in one frame, guards in another. Each loop shows different faces wearing masks, different hands, same procedure. Hospital lobby night. The wind pounces the glass. A dozen patients huddle, eyes hollow with the knowledge of repeated deaths. A black-clad figure watches from the ambulance bay, indistinct. Police liaison to Dr. Hollis. We can't justify staying. Some of these patients are anomalous. The lab at Fort Miller. They reported a failure during the storm. They called it a quantum perturbation. We're beyond protocol. Dr. Hollis. So what? We abandoned them? The liaison looks away. Police liaison. You should pray the generator holds. Room 235, psych ward night. Amy and Ryan barricade the door with a chair. The PA plays, non-stop, message 235. Amy stares at the radio. The numbers 235 appear in the digital display again and again. Amy, if these numbers are keys, we need to break the sequence. Interrupt the recording. Ryan, how? Amy rummages the bedside drawer and finds a small battery-powered voice recorder. Her hands tremble as she presses record. Amy, soft, resolute. My name is Amy Barrett. I will not die here. The answer is 235. I am awake. She plays it into the static. The PA falters, then skips. Pa, recorded. Please proceed in an orderly fashion to the NE. Message 235. Please wait. The lights stutter, then go out. The hospital plunges into a deep, low hum, like the planet itself holding its breath. Hallway night, time fractures. The world splits. Hallways cross like glass panes. Amy sees other versions of herself, one screaming on a gurney, one walking out into a calm, sunny morning. She reaches, and her fingers skim sunlight that burns like ice. Jen, shouting from everywhere. Do not die. Remember the song. The song undoes them. Amy recalls a lullaby, a voice from before. She sings the few words she remembers. The hospital answers, a resonance like a tuning fork. Room 235, psych ward, night, a beat. The generator coughs back to life. The PA goes silent. The storm outside pauses, the eye of the hurricane resting above the island like a watchful, malevolent god. Ryan looks at Amy, the strain in his face easing, terrified but alive. Ryan, we broke it. Amy, looking at the ceiling. For now. But beyond the windows, something moves in the dark. A shadow morphing from equipment into something that watches. Jen, you bought time, not freedom. The eye remembers. It will wake again. Amy grips Ryan's hand. Fierce, small, defiant. Amy, then we learn everything we can. We find Fort Miller. We find the lab that did this. We make it inoperable. Slow fade out as the hospital's lights return in flickering staccato, and the PA plays one last, distorted line of message 235, half warning, half lullaby. Pa, recorded/distorted. Proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exit. Repeat, 235, 235, begin again. Bay General, psychiatric ward, night, the eye of the storm. The hospital shudders with wind. The PA repeats like a mantra. Pa, recorded. Attention. Please proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exit. This is message 235. Amy, 30s, paces the narrow room, eyes wild, breath short. She clutches a battered phone. No signal. Her fingers tremble as she punches 911. Dispatcher. 911. What is your emergency? Amy. Urgent. My name is Amy Barrett. I'm a Bay General. I'm about to be in an accident. I am trapped. Please, send someone. Static. Busy tone. The line dies. A metal clock on the wall ticks. It skips, flutters, resumes. Amy jerks like she's been shocked. Ami, kundi. It's speeding up. The resets, less time between them. Across the room, Jayin, 20s, sits curled in a chair, eyes hollow but burning with a terrible knowledge. Yen, soft, frantic. You heard me. It's getting faster. You have to move quicker. The storm narrows the eye. The loop tightens. Amy, how many times? How many times have we done this? Yen? She counts on fingers, voice flat. Too many. Hundreds. Each reset, faster. You wake up later in your own life. You get less warning. The trick is to outrun the timing. Get out before the clock hits the reset. Amy grabs Yen's hand. Her voice cracks. Amy, I told Ryan everything. I told him about the numbers. He's a good guy. He's looking for me. Yen, he'll find you if you don't let the loop swallow you first. You have to memorize the sequence, room numbers, times. It's keys to the machine. The lab, Fort Miller, broke something in the sky. The storm opened it. The fluorescent lights flicker. Somewhere in the ward, a distant scream snaps like a wire. Hospital corridor, moments later. Ryan, late 20s, deputy, moves fast, boots slapping tile. He checks door numbers, 111, 113, 235. He calls down the hall. Ryan. Amy. Amy, where are you? No answer. A door swings open and closes in the wind. Ryan senses the warping. Hallway angle's wrong. A number sign that wasn't there, a cart stopped mid-tilt. Ryan, so unteed. To himself. Not again. Room 113. Psych ward continuous. A kindly orderly, Amar. Hernandez hums as he straightens belongings. His radio crackles with the evacuation notice. He pauses, eyes unfocusing, as if a memory skips. Orderly. 235, 945, 113. He snaps out of it, shakes his head, and hurries down the hall. Room 235 night. Amy pins a scrap of paper to the wall. 235, 945, 113. The numbers breathe under the fluorescent hum. Jen, urgent. They're anchors. Feed the sequence back to the recording. Interrupt its loop. Do something it won't expect. Amy. How? The PA's hardwired. It's the hospital brain. Jen. We have to make it hear us as something new. A different pattern. You. Use your voice. Amy takes a battered voice recorder from the nightstand. Her hands shake as she speaks into it. Amy. My name is Amy Barrett. I refuse this. 235, 945, 113. I will not die here. She presses play. The recorder's tinny voice competes with the PA. For a second, the PA stutters. Then a low TRUM rolls through the building, as if the hospital itself is listening. Hallway, lateral shift. The corridor tilts like a ship. Door numbers multiply and rearrange themselves. Amy and Ryan collide at the cross hall. Ryan, we came in together. We have to leave together. Amy, I told you before. You can escape if you leave when the loop starts, before the reset. We don't get another chance. Ryan's jaw tightens. He looks to the sky through a narrow window. The hurricane's eye hangs impossibly still over the island, a black hole edged with silver. Ryan, there's only so much time. The eye's narrowing. I can feel it pull. Amy's eyes catch a bulletin tacked to a corkboard. An alumni notice from Civil High. Renew membership. She snatches it. Amy, why is this here? We passed this board a dozen times. It's a marker. They repeat things in a loop. Yen, the markers are the weak points. They anchor repetition. We can change one, and maybe the loop stumbles. A shadow crosses the doorway. Long, instrument-shaped. A hospital tech appears, face blank, moving with methodical slowness like every reset has trained him into a single program. Tech, patient 235, please remain calm. We're preparing you for transfer. Amy stabs at the recorder, plays. The PA and recorder duel. For an instant, everything hesitates. The tech stops, head tilting as if hearing a foreign note. He glances at the speakers. His eyes briefly show fear. Then he recovers, deeper, older fear flickering like a dying bulb. Tech, not again. He stumbles back and bolts down the hall, leaving a trail of antiseptic smelling like burnt ozone. Infectious disease wing. The corridor leads into a cluster of sterile doors stamped infectious disease. 945 is half obscured by condensation. Yen grabs Amy's sleeve. Yen, this is it. 945? If any room should be a choke point, this is it. The lab sealed something there. The patients held here, their pulses synchronized. They pulled from us. Ryan, we go through. We don't stop. They force the door. The ward inside is empty, clinical, a dozen beds, each with identification tags. On one tag, a name echoes, a child's a memory. The air tastes metallic. The fluorescent light plays a tone, and the clock on the far wall jumps forward, then back. A whisper crawls across the room, voices layered, as if the ward holds 1,000 past recordings. Amy covers her ears. Yen? They burn memories into the room. They loop people until the room owns them. Amy. Then we take it back. Outside, the storm roars like a living thing. The building trembles. The PA sputters. For one breathless second, the hospital goes silent, an absence so total it screams. Then, like unlocking a heavy, ancient door, the silence breaks. Bah! This is message 235. Please proceed. The words are warped. The numbers stumble. Hospital lobby, night, a beat. They've made it to the lobby. Outside, in the clearing between palm trees, the hurricane's eye hangs like an unblinking pupil. In its center, light fractures. A figure stands at the edge of the ambulance bay. Not entirely human. Part technician, part operator. An echo of Fort Miller's experiment. It raises an arm, palm open, and the air around it seems to read the numbers pinned to Amy's jacket. Figure, you broke the cadence. You cost us stability. You will be archived. Ryan steps forward. He reaches for Amy. They look at one another. Exhaustion, terror, a human promise. Ryan, we go together. The figure's hand trembles. For a sliver of time. Time without resets, the world pulls away. The hospital generator stutters, then surges. The PA repeats once, broken, human. Pa recorded. Please proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exit. 235. 945. Amy closes her eyes, breathes. Jen clutches the recorder like a talisman. Yen, we bought time. Amy, steady. Then we make it count. We find Fort Miller. We end this. The ice shifts. The storm's roar crescendos and begins to retreat, but the hospital, and whatever engineered it, is no longer wholly whole. A new pattern hums beneath the noise. Amy, Ryan, and Jen step into the night, into rain that tastes like static.